Greetings builders, Daniel here and welcome back to another build review. For those who are not familiar, this video highlights all the necessary information for you to decide if this build is for you or not. If by any means you realize that this is meant to be your next PoE character, you can find links for the PoE and complete guide in the video description. Today's build is an explosive blade Vortex Trickster with the Shadow class. This build summons ethereal blades that float around you, shredding everything that comes near. To list the pros of this build, I would start with how smooth is the gameplay. Most of the time you just walk and all nearby enemies just die and create a chain reaction of explosions. It's just great and satisfying to farm maps. And as a trickster, this build also counts with great defensive layers. Now to list the cons, the first thing that comes to mind is the single target damage. This build is around 4 million DPS while focusing on bosses. This is more than enough to kill map bosses, but you take more time for guardians and pinnacle ones. As for budget, you can get it destroying early endgame maps with around 100 chaos. To comfortable advance to yellow maps you need to invest around 130 chaos, and for easily completing your atlas I recommend investing around 4 divines. Don't forget that on poebuilds.net you can find a list with all the equipments that you need to buy for this build with direct links to examples being sold for other players. This build needs 3 mandatory unique items. The first one is the Devouring Diadem, which allows you to activate all auras and use your energy shield as mana. Following, we have the Obliteration 1 that causes killed enemies to explode. You are going to use 2 Obliteration 1s while clearing maps for more clear speed. Finally, we have the Cold Arrow Point Dagger that grants +3 to level of all physical skill gems. Use 2 of those daggers on bosses for maximum damage. For clear speed, this build gets 9 out of 10. As mentioned before, most of the time you just need to move while your enemies explode around you. The boss damage on the other hand gets 7 out of 10. Even using cold iron points, this build would take a little longer than usual to kill guardians and pinnacle bosses. But don't worry, this build is meant as a red map farmer and it kills map bosses without any issue. For the survivability, I'd give it 9 out of 10. Even though you have to stay very close to bosses, this build counts with a great amount of defensive layers. These include high evasion, high armor and spell suppression. And that's it guys, what did you think about this Blade Vortex Trickster? Take a second to tell me in the comments and leave a thumbs up to support the channel. I wish you guys an amazing Sunday and don't forget to keep building.